And we're live.
We did it.
Hey.
Yay. Hi.
Welcome back. What's new with you guys?
Not much.
Happy Final Fantasy Day.
I'm excited. I'm a little annoyed that we're doing this because I want to go play. I've been looking forward to it all day, honestly. But we have to talk about games before we can play games. That's the rule.
That's how it works.
I can talk about it.
We got to eat our vegetables first.
Yeah, before you have dinner.
There you go. Yeah.
Before you have dinner.
It's been a long day, all right?
I'll entice you. I'll get you like really hungry for it, salivating.
Okay. Sounds good.
'Cause, yeah, I've been playing it all week, so I'm excited. But anything before we get into the show? Anything cool going on in your guys' neck of the woods?
No.
Nope. Other than just all the constant rain and taking care of Reese's garden's been interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Had to get a green thumb all of a sudden.
Yep. So like I forget if I mentioned this last week or not. I'm waking up at like 8:30, 9 o'clock every day now instead of the usual like I was getting up at like 11:30 or noon.
I mean, that's still later than I wake up every day.
That's true, but like I'm still rewind. I'm saying like I'm back 3 hours is more what I'm saying, and I have to stay locked onto it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like getting used to like fixing my sleep schedule and then just trying to keep this garden all right with the.
Well, it sounds
weather
like you don't have to
Calgary
do any
has.
watering.
Except for the stuff in the greenhouse, but yeah.
Right.
And weirdly enough, there's one thing that I still have to water even if it rains because sometimes it just doesn't get enough rain because it's under the awning.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Can you
yeah.
just move it?
No, it's like specifically like one of those like rest against a wall planters.
Okay.
And there's no room otherwise. It'll just be in the middle of the patio if I do that.
Got it. Makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. Don't kill anything, I guess. Just general life advice.
I try to,
It's
I
general
try to
good
live my
life
life
advice,
that way.
really.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good. All right. Well, hey, top down perspective for June 20th. I'm Sean Booker.
I'm Paul Fleck.
John Wheeler.
And let's just start with the big release. Final Fantasy XVI is out now.
Yep.
I've been playing it.
Okay.
I have about probably somewhere, if we include the demos, 2 hours. I'm probably around 6 to 8-ish.
Okay.
I installed it.
I also
Nice.
have it installed. Yes.
Cool, but Paul, you did play the demo, right?
I did play the demo, yeah. But I mean,
Okay.
I'm starting over again.
Really?
Like I said last time, I didn't do any of the story stuff. I just dipped my toes into the battle mechanics, essentially, in the demo.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I'm going to start from
Yeah,
the very
around
beginning.
around the 6 hour mark, maybe about 30 minutes or so before where I've finished is when I think the combat gets better.
Okay.
Because you get more powers, and then you can swap between which magic you have. So that kind of helps. Because up until that point, it's kind of just mashy. You're kind of just hitting square a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And waiting for the health bar to go down.
I could see that, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and John, you didn't play the demo, right? So you haven't done any?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
right on.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's cool. There's been a lot of like kind of discourse because the reviews and stuff came out. There's been a lot of discourse around like, does it feel like a Final Fantasy game? Is it even worth like calling it that anymore? Because there's nothing turn-based about it.
Right.
The combat I think kind of feels a lot like 7 remake, and I understand. And so I didn't play 15. I should put that out there because I understand a lot of this combat was kind of in 15 as well.
Yep.
You can kind of send some commands to some of your party members, just like in 7 remake. So that's where I'm getting a lot of my reference points from. But yeah, it's just an action game now, like Devil May Cry, but without not as many cool combos so far. Maybe I'm sure I'll unlock more stuff, but I'm liking it. I think it looks pretty nice. Audio wise, that's probably what's like really the shining point. I think the music's good and the voice acting is all really good.
Okay. Yep.
The story, it just kind of takes a while. Like nothing amazing has really happened, but there is a lot of cutscenes. I was reading some impressions on Twitter from the reviewers, and they were saying, you know, they're finishing the game somewhere around like 50 hours, and like 10 hours of that is cutscenes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, I mean, and look at the demo. Half that 2-hour demo is cutscenes.
Easily,
if not more. Yeah.
Yep.
So get ready to watch a lot of this game. Thankfully, you can pause on the cutscenes. Like, thank God.
Sure. Yeah.
Because that would have been insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think any other kind of like high points. The side quests so far, I've done 4. There's 4 side quests in the first 6 to 8 hours. They're not great, and I hear that they don't get any better.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is literally like the 4 I've done, 2 of them have been, can you deliver this thing to the other side of the room? One has been, can you go pick up something for me on the other side of the room? And then one was kind of a more standard, hey, can you go to this area, fight a monster, and then come back to me?
Yeah.
Nothing really interesting, and yeah, like I just mentioned, a lot of the reviewers are saying they don't get much better than that.
Yeah.
So that seems to be kind of a weaker point. I was kind of surprised how linear the game is. I guess that's also kind of similar to Final Fantasy VII Remake. Is there's no overworld. You're just selecting where you want to go next, and then you're kind of running for the most part in a straight line. Some areas will open up the tiniest bit, and you can choose if you want to go left or right around the one tree and then meet back in the middle. But it's really just kind of like a hallway every place you go to.
Right.
Which I was a bit surprised as well. So, but I'm enjoying it. Like the combat is fun. I think the characters are interesting, and I want to see where the story goes.
Yeah, I want to see that story for sure. I like that. I liked the little tidbit of combat from the demo, so I'm just excited to see how they flesh that out more and more as you get more stuff.
It is slow, like I said. It probably took 6 hours before they kind of added anything that the demo did not have.
Right.
And I actually, so if people did play the demo, when you beat the demo, it unlocks like a boss battle from later in the game. I just did that boss battle. So I've done all of that demo content now.
So that boss isn't actually that like deep in, all things considered. That's good to know.
No, it's not.
Cool.
And like, you know, the fights, it's cool when they do the cinematics, but it is just like a really easy quick time event. Like, hey, you hit square, you have like 5 whole seconds to hit it.
Yeah.
And then watch the guy do a flip and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, it's weird. I totally kind of get the whole, like, does this feel like a Final Fantasy? Because other than like, yeah, there's a guy named Sid. Like, no, that's the thing. Is like, what is a Final Fantasy these days?
I was gonna say, because like, there's been, there was Dirge of Cerberus. There's been the tactics games. Like a lot of different types of games have the title Final Fantasy on them.
But this is a numbered one.
Yeah.
So it kind of has a bit more weight behind it. I feel like.
I mean,
what
maybe
made like 15 a Final Fantasy.
This is the thing.
That was just bros in a car.
Yeah, I wish I had maybe played any of that so I could have a bit more. Because maybe everyone was saying this back at 15. I don't remember that many people saying this back at 15. What is that?
What was that?
It's not on my end.
No, I think it's somebody dying.
Okay.
It's some idiot in a car, and I think it exploded or something. Like, actually, there was a really big bang. So we'll see what happens.
That definitely sounded like something being scraped, like metal.
Yeah.
I thought it was someone moving a chair.
That guy seemed real cool, so now they're probably going to be scraping him off the highway. So, yeah.
I don't know. It sounded more like a car hitting a car. Hopefully not your car.
Like, because of my, no. That's definitely from the highway. The noise gate, you guys didn't hear the, like, the loud, obnoxious douchebag, like, acceleration.
The rev.
Right before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, F that guy. Anyway, go on. About Final Fantasy.
I'm just kind of going through the chat. Yes, there is a Moogle. Yes, there are chocobos.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what makes a Final Fantasy, right? Does it have a chocobo?
Yeah, so that kind of hits the notes. We're good. Wrap it and sell it.
Yeah, I guess at this point it's more just like, are these named things in there as opposed to like a genre anymore?
Totally.
For the most part. yeah, we'll have a bigger conversation, I'm sure, next week about it when you guys have finally kind of dipped your toes into it.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I was just in like an RPG mood. I usually want to play through one of these once a year.
Good timing then.
And this one came, yeah, like at the right time, because I was just like, yeah, I really enjoy playing this. And playing this on the Steam Deck in bed with like remote play is so awesome. Like it's, oh man, it's just, I tweeted about this earlier this week. It's like, I'm as skeptical about Project Q as anyone,
Right.
but like with how seamless and awesome the Steam Deck remote play for the PS5 was, it's like, here's the use case. Like, this is cool. I don't know if I need another device that would do that.
Sure.
But like there it is right there. So
yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, yeah. So that's 16. I'll do a couple other quick hits from what I played. I finished Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I really enjoyed that game. I think the performances are really good. I think the story is like really well written, and they do really well with the characters and their interactions, especially near the end.
I've heard it takes a little bit until that story fleshes itself out what it's going to be. Can you confirm that? Deny it? Like it takes a few hours before they even start hinting.
Yeah, it's not a short game. Like I've been playing that thing for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of side stuff like I did not do. I kind of got to the point this weekend where I was like, I would love to wrap this up before Final Fantasy comes out.
Yeah.
So I just started like really mainlining a bunch of it. So there's a lot to that game for sure. And I really enjoyed the powers and stuff you get. I had a lot of fun with that. Cool. I did, however, near the end, because I had missed this. You can get it near the beginning of the game, but I just missed it. I bought the handlebar mustache and the mullet, and I put him on my guy. Which made
apparently I missed something about Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, I had seen screenshots going around, and I just forgot, or I didn't realize which vendor to like buy that from. I bought it near the end of the game, so I did like the last 10%, which is like the big emotional stuff with my guy looking like an absolute ass.
Great.
Which was pretty funny, but then there was also part of me where it's like, I actually really enjoyed this writing. Like this is like some good storytelling right here. You look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, which was fine. So yeah, that's in there. So you definitely buy that immediately when you start the game.
How did you find the difficulty overall? Did you find it pretty difficult or pretty easy or?
I found it pretty good. I played on medium, the default one. There was one fight. I'm not going to say who the boss is because that's a massive spoiler.
Okay.
Where I gave it like 3 good tries and I was just like, this is fucked. Like, what is... So I just set it to story just to like get through it and then put it back on medium. Didn't have a trouble. So they just have like a weirdly hard story fight.
I've heard this from a lot of people actually, that there's one fight in particular that was a real just like a wall.
It's not the last one either. It's like...
Is it like in a city or something? That's all I know is that it's in like one of the major cities or something.
No, this is kind of like a cave system that you're in.
Is it? Okay, maybe it's a different one.
Like it's one of the the Jedi bases
that
your like team has set up. It's like the second or third last one. To be fair, like this boss should be powerful.
Yeah.
But it was just so weird coming out of nowhere. They also something happens to your character that makes your character like a bit weaker.
Oh.
So that tied with it was like, this is just, what is this? Like, it's this weird roadblock. So yeah, I just swapped the difficulty down, got past it, put it right back to medium. Didn't have a problem after that. Yeah, that game's real good. I liked it quite a bit.
Cool.
And then last, I played a Game Pass adventure game called Dordogne from a French studio. I just wanted to point out that it has like a really nice, like painterly watercolor art style.
It's very pretty.
It's mostly kind of visual novel-y. So if that's your thing, it's on Game Pass. It's spelled Dordogne. Because it's a French word. It's a region in France. But yeah, so that's what I've been playing. How about you, John?
There's only one thing I've been playing in spare time, and other than Pacross, I guess, and that is Puzzle Bobble Everybubble. This is the newest Puzzle Bobble or Bust-A-Move game that came out a couple weeks ago, It is 4-player and also online.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So
Okay.
Yeah, so if you like Puzzle Bobble or Bust a Move, it's another one of those, but it's pretty good. It's got a story mode with like rankings for speed, so you can get like extra unlock points. There's characters you can unlock for multiplayer. You can do versus friends, and you can do versus just random, so you can do like ranks. And it comes with an extra mode, which was I think Bust a Move versus Space Invaders or something like that. So it's up to 4 players,
Okay.
and you move like the Space Invader ship, and you're throwing bubbles to kind of clear them out. So like the actual like bubbles are moving in the Space Invader patterns, and they're shooting
Okay.
back at you. So it's
All
like a
right.
score ranking system that's going on against like your either the AI or your friends. It's like a neat, interesting little extra mode, and I think they said some versions of it come with the SNES one as well. I think it might have been a pre-order bonus or like a physical copy bonus, but yeah. It's bust a move, but like it's interesting how they do at least the story mode. You can do up to 4 players, so it is just one massive field and everyone just takes up a portion of it. Like
Oh,
your
kind of like
shot
the Tetris effect connected mode.
yeah, so like you can like shoot over pretty much as far as you can if you got the right angle for it, but like you're like usually yourself in like quadrants or like split it out evenly or whatever. So you hope your friend will focus on it. But like the single player is actually designed that it changes the puzzle for every amount of players you have, but
Nice.
it still has kind of a similar pattern. So like if a puzzle is like a one shot in 1 player, it's still one shot in 4 players. It's just in a different spot, and someone else might have to do the one shot. It's
Okay.
surprisingly well designed.
And you can like, because you said you can shoot anywhere, so you could like help someone out if they're like getting too much on their screen.
Yeah, and like obviously because it's a puzzle game, like if it hits the bottom, it knocks everyone out. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's like if you like Bust a Move or Puzzle Bobble, like it's a new one of that. It's pretty good. It is expensive from what I saw though. I think was it 30 Canadian or 50 Canadian? It was somewhere in that range.
Wow. Okay.
Uh Taito's games that they've been putting out have been like weirdly expensive on the Switch for some reason, but they've been really good. I don't think any of their games they've put out lately have been bad at all. And they usually get a ton of DLC too. I know when we played it on stream, we looked at how much DLC like Groove Coaster had and Toho Spell Bubble, which is Bust a Move again. And those had like hundreds of dollars worth of DLC.
All right.
So I wonder if this game will get something extra, but it's neat if you like that kind of game.
Are you playing on Switch?
Yep, it might be Switch exclusive. I don't know. It might also be on
Nice,
Steam
okay.
if I had to guess. That was basically all I touched except for like the stream stuff we've done. Like we did Mad Rat Dead yesterday on stream. We finished up Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected.
Congrats.
Yeah. So I'm free of Xenoblade 1 now completely.
You
Nice.
got plenty more.
Yeah, I know. I might do 2 at some point, but not on stream. I want to do it at my own pace. Not
Yeah,
like
nice.
not
Yeah.
like 5 hours every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered one Final Fantasy 16 thing I wanted to mention. It is weird playing both a Final Fantasy and just a JRPG that's M rated. I think this is the first Final Fantasy that's M rated.
Dirge
At
maybe?
least numbered, I believe it is.
Mm.
But also there's just like a ton of blood, which is also kind of surprising to see because I'm used to like if someone gets hit with a sword, there's just kind of like a spark on their body, and you just know that they got hit with a sword, but they're not actually going to show any of it. There's dudes just getting axes in the face in this, and they're just gone. That's the end of that guy. Like he is dead.
Yeah, this is the first mainline M rated.
Yeah,
Dirge was teen.
they're going for it, which is kind of impressive to see. It definitely took me by surprise. Okay, Paul, did you play anything?
I've just been playing Payday. Just getting back in that mode. So no.
Getting
not
ready?
really.
Payday 2?
Payday 2, yeah.
Yeah, did you just getting ready for 3 or?
Yeah, I just wanted to do some heisting, so I've been playing every night this week. A few hours. Good
I
time.
can't remember. Is 3 this year or is that next year?
That is this year. That's September. Soonish.
Right, okay. Yeah, well, good. You're lucky it's September and not October. We're going to talk about some games coming out in October.
I was gonna
Adding
say,
more to
like,
it.
because there's not enough coming out this year, just in general. So why not throw
October
another
is
one?
absolutely crazy. Like it is
Yeah.
unfair.
This
It's
year is
dumb.
insane.
It's dumb.
Okay, So let's talk about it. In news, there was a Nintendo Direct. I have a list of what was announced. Let's go through it and pick out some stuff that were highlights for us. It's probably going to take me a bit of scrolling to find something for me. So if you guys want to call something out.
I mean, we already knew about Sonic Superstars, Persona 5 Tactica, Myth Force.
I want to see what that Peach game is, because they didn't really show anything there. But like, I'm down for something with Princess Peach, I guess.
It's probably Super Princess Peach 2, but like without the weird emotional system.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, is hopefully she does something besides get emotional.
Besides cry. Yeah, exactly.
Well, she also got angry and happy, and I forgot the fourth one.
Just like a real girl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This also didn't look like it was a side-scrolling. Like, she could move forward and back in the small bit of cutscene we saw. So
it looked like what is it? The 3D world controls in a way.
Yeah, 3D world, 3D land. I guess that kind of movement. We'll see. They surprisingly did not talk much about it. So but I'm down for that.
Yep.
Super Mario RPG, that was one of the highlights, right?
Yep.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll probably get this. I've never played the original, and everyone talks about it a lot, so it has a good chance to do it.
I wonder how it's going to hold up for someone who doesn't have nostalgia for it. Most people I've heard that have tried it like it, but like it's very much a product of its time, and I'm assuming they're going to clean up the translation. The translation is kind of iconic, but it's also like it has a lot of weird pop culture references, like some are dated, like Bruce Lee. So I'm curious to see what they're going to change.
I mean, I know Bruce Lee, so that's fine if they reference Bruce Lee.
Well, I'm just saying that like there's also like Peach has a vibrator or something like you can find like weird shit like that.
And I know what that is too. That's fine.
Good for you.
Wait, are we still talking? Is that in the Princess Peach game?
No, this is in Super Mario RPG.
Okay. Hey, put it in both. Give her one in both. Why would she lose it? Well, hey, it's going to be a full $60 product, so hopefully I like it.
Yep.
That's in November, by the way. All right. Anything else besides the big one?
2 remake. Arkham Trilogy being portable is nice. Silent Hope looked neat.
I don't remember what this one is. Silent Hope.
I'll definitely pick up Vampire Survivors on the Switch again, just because.
Yeah. I'm cool to see the 4-player co-op. I'm curious to see how that's going to be.
That should be interesting. Yep.
Dragon Quest Monsters looked good, but I've always kind of liked that series from the sidelines. I've never really gotten into them.
I want Headbangers Rhythm Royale so bad. That looks fun.
Okay. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that, because it does look like a party game.
It does.
I think I just like the vibe of it more than I'm actually interested in playing. But hey, October, if you got nothing better to play, play some Headbangers Rhythm Royale.
I don't have anything better to play in October, so I'll be good.
Penny's Big Breakaway looked pretty cool.
That looked very good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Advertised as from the developers of Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But no Sega names anywhere.
No, because it's probably like Christian Whitehead and like the teams that worked on that. Like it was not core Sega for the most part that did Mania.
Yeah, so
Star Ocean Second Story R looked really good.
That one looked pretty cool. Yeah, I liked the way that one looked. Okay, WarioWare.
Yeah, WarioWare.
I don't know how to feel about this because it's a very motion control heavy.
Too. It's smooth moves too.
Yeah. So just going off my perspective of it, I think maybe I'm just kind of done with motion controls though. Like
that's fair. I still wanted button presses, so I'm like, but like smooth moves is pretty good when you get into it. So I'm conflicted.
Because like I had fun with smooth moves, but just thinking about it, like I don't want to get up and wiggle around right now when I'm playing games. And also the last WarioWare was such a disappointment. And then this one not kind of like fixing that. Is just like, oh man, maybe
this sort of went back to just core mini games. But like apparently Lineback's saying in Japan it's called Super Smooth Moves, so it is straight up a sequel.
Makes sense.
I enjoyed smooth moves at the time. I just think I'm past wanting to use motion controls like ever.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Okay, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, the big showstopper here.
This is insane looking.
Yeah,
So,
I'm so excited.
I'm so
new
excited.
2D scrolling Mario. They don't have the word "new" at the beginning, so you know it's probably going to be good.
True. Yeah.
But it has the same font for Super Mario Bros. So clearly it was at some point a new Super Mario Brothers game.
Yeah, maybe. I think the art style looks great. Like they're
Yep.
putting a lot in the art style, a lot in the like animations for Mario. The fire flower talks.
Yep. It's
It
true.
just looks weird. Like
Turns into an elephant.
he turns into an elephant.
Yep.
There's like weird drug trip stuff happening.
I loved everything I saw of this, honestly.
Yeah, this looks great.
I have to laugh on stream the day before the direct. People were talking about the rumor which was going around, which was a remake of a SNES game and a new 2D Mario. And I said two things. I said, one, I'm so sick of rumors, I doubt it's real. And two, I said, I don't trust Nintendo to do anything creative anymore. They only do safe things now, it feels like, for the most part.
Sure, I can see that.
And then suddenly they did the most unsafe looking, like most whimsical 2D Mario game. I'm like, okay, completely proved me wrong. Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like
no, it's
I would
good.
agree with that until you talk about Zelda or like core Mario games. Because Odyssey was fantastic.
Odyssey was also 6 years ago.
I totally get it. But I'm
Man.
just saying, like, that's still one of the best Switch games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned. So like, but yes, no, I'm totally with you there. Nintendo needs to be knocked down a peg as far as I'm concerned. But
Yeah.
I think Wonder looks great, and there's nothing coming out in October.
True.
When it's gonna come out October
Not
10th.
at all.
So I'm gonna have a ton of free time to focus on this one game.
Same.
Yeah, man.
Odyssey
Oh,
was
man.
3 months off of it was October 2017, so almost 6 years. But yeah, like I'm so sad because it's the same day as Spider-Man too. It's the same day.
Oh, yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Okay, I guess I'm not playing this game then. At least until Spider-Man's done, because that's going to take priority for me. Oh, well.
I mean, this will be like I'm stuck on the train, so I'll play some Mario, or I'm in bed before. No, because I'm probably gonna play Spider-Man on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't even know, man. October, like, all I'm saying is one of these
October's
October
gonna be
releases
rough.
better win TDP Plus. Because I'm gonna have a hard time dedicating it to like some other random game that someone submitted.
Don't worry, they won't. None of them will win.
Yeah, no, you're totally right.
It'll be a game from like 1980s that is actually like 50 hours long or something.
Yeah, just like a random RPG that someone submitted.
The story really gets
Go
good.
Dragon Quest 1, baby! Dragon Quest 1!
The story really gets good 30 hours in, so make sure you at least put that much amount of time into it.
Oh my god. You keep trashing like that, they're gonna do it on purpose.
Yeah, sometimes I think they do anyway, so whatever.
In the chat, 2023 is shaping up to be one of the best years in gaming ever. I
It's
think that
really
might
good.
be true.
Pretty strong. It's a pretty strong year this year.
Like,
It's really
I
good.
think top 5 for sure, right? I'd have to look at kind of a list
Yeah.
of them, but I feel like we only ever hear best year in gaming. I feel like I've only heard that like twice before. So maybe even top 3.
I feel like there's like 3 or 4 years I've heard it used for in like flashbacks, but like this is definitely up there.
Yeah.
98
sure.
is one of them, right?
98 or 99 is one of the is like a good range too, because like
And then there was one. There was one kind of recent, but I don't remember what it was.
2015, wasn't it?
I was gonna say, was it the year of Odyssey and Breath of the Wild? Was that the other one?
That would be 2017 then.
That's 2017.
What else? Came out?
Let's see. 2015 had Bloodborne, Batman: Arkham Knight, GTA 5, Undertale, Witcher 3, Dying Light, Ori and the Blind Forest, Rise of the Tomb
2017
Raider.
was pretty good. Horizon Zero Dawn, Cuphead, Destiny 2.
Oh,
What was
Rocket
the
League
year
was
of
$2015.
Uncharted 2?
That's 2008.
Yeah, I want
Might
to
be
say
another one.
2007
Oh,
or
that was
8 or
that was
something.
2009.
Was it 9? One of those was one of the ones people tout as the best as well.
Okay, 2009. Yeah, 2009. Arkham Asylum, Dragon Age Origins, Left 4 Dead 2, Assassin's Creed 2, Uncharted. I mentioned that was a pretty good year as well.
2008 had GTA 4, Mario Kart Wii, Dead Space, Mario Galaxy, Force Unleashed, Devil May Cry 4, Braid, Spore, Smash Brothers Brawl, Mass Effect, Fallout 3, Left 4 Dead, Gears of War 2, Fable 2, San Andreas. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Why is that there?
People like San Andreas.
People like San Andreas, but I don't think that came out in 2008. I'm pretty sure it came out way earlier.
It did, because I played that. When would have that been? Maybe 2004, originally.
You didn't think Google's lying to me?
Surely not.
Google would never.
Google
lie.
are a lot of things, but liars.
AI would never lie to me.
Oh, 2018 was also pretty good. Spider-Man, God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, Celeste.
There have been
Video
some
games
pretty
are great.
good- We're out of the rut. We're out of the
Yeah,
rut.
I was
We're having
gonna
some
say,
good years again.
secret is that most years are actually pretty good, and the really bad ones are actually exceptions.
What a great life we live.
It's always the best time to be playing video games.
Go play a video game right now, right this second.
I mean, I wish, man, it's
I'll
installed.
wait.
It's right there.
Okay, so that was the Nintendo Direct. There's a couple other small stories I wanted to mention here. E3 2024 and 2025 might already be canceled.
Makes sense.
Yep.
A report, or not a report, but according to the LA Tourism Board, they've been canceled. However, there was an update. The ESA made a comment saying, ESA is currently in conversation with ESA members and other stakeholders about E3 2024 and beyond, and no final decisions about the events have been made at this time. So
I'm pretty sure they said that last time they actually canceled it. I feel like I've heard this exact same sentence.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I would be surprised if E3 came back. Like, I feel like they had one more chance and they gave it like a push and they still failed to do it. And a lot of the reasons that it failed was people pulled out. So why would they come back? Why would it be any different?
Yep.
I'd be surprised. I guess we'll find out probably closer to the next year. And then this last story I have here is that, much like Sony did a few months ago, Microsoft is raising the price of their console, their main console. So there's a couple things happening here. It's the Xbox Series S is not getting a price hike anywhere. The Xbox Series X is getting a price hike in pretty much all of the same territories that the PS5 did, and the same amount. So it's pretty much matching all the prices. So if you're in the States, nothing changes because we're the most important market, obviously. There's a couple other areas where it's not changing either, like Japan. I think Argentina might have been another one. I know Canada, it is going up. Game Pass is going up in price everywhere. Game Pass Ultimate is going up by $1 a month. I believe Game Pass PC is not getting touched. Or sorry, Game Pass Ultimate is going up by $2. Game Pass for Xbox is going up by $1. PC is not getting touched.
Made sense this would happen eventually.
Yep. Definitely makes sense. So there's your price hikes. And that does it for news. So let's do some questions. topdownperspective@gmail.com is the email address, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box. And you could sound like Matthew that writes, what are some games you think would benefit from having a New Game Plus mode, and what would you change or carry over into New Game Plus?
I feel like so many games nowadays have it that it's kind of hard to think of ones that don't.
Yeah, and often
That's
they get
true.
put in like later, like in like an update. I don't know. This is not a great question for me because I don't replay games, so I rarely, if ever, use New Game Plus.
I think one of my favorite games that added in New Game Plus later, and it was still kind of unique, was The Messenger. What they added with that was every New Game Plus you did, you were able to start the game with one of the items you got throughout the whole game and kept it permanently. But reviving cost more, or actually it cost something based on the cost of whatever item you grabbed. And the more loops you did, the more expensive it got, to a point where eventually, if you ran out of money, your run completely ended. So it basically became like a survival mode, but it also became a way to get through the game even quicker every time you played through it.
Okay, yeah, that is cool. I didn't know that.
I can't think of
know.
anything that doesn't have New Game Plus that would benefit from it at the moment.
Or like a version of it, like Prestiging in Call of Duty or something, where you continuously like can keep chasing that carrot on the stick. Live service games, like
I was gonna say that transitioned into battle passes.
exactly.
Wait 3 months and you get the new battle pass.
Totally. And seasons and so yeah, that's a hard
I miss when
question.
games had cheat codes and you can just turn on every weapon anyways at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. Are there any open world games that would benefit from this where like you do everything in the open world and then it gives you like a new checklist of something to do or changes something for people that are crazy enough to do
open world
that?
games just like throw you back to the start and be like, hey, anything you missed, now you can get it.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man did that. Xenoblade does it.
Yeah.
Well, and then a bunch like I'm thinking specifically like Assassin's Creed. You can New Game Plus it. It won't give you like new challenges because I feel like they're gonna want to put every bit of game in the game, but
Totally.
you'll keep all of your abilities.
Yeah.
And so like the skill tree is the same where you unlocked it and whatnot.
Sure. Yeah. Oh my god, I always hate Ihiave, I think is how you say it. Something weird like that. Have you ever felt like you discovered or popularized something related to a video game? Could be a different way to beat a boss, could be stumbling on a glitch that speedrunners later adopted, could be reading dialogue in a funny voice that somehow spreads as a meme. No.
I feel like John is the only one with a shot.
I'm probably the only one with a shot on this. I have some people that say that I'm one of the reasons people say that Captain Falcon's name is Douglas J. Falcon, and I don't even remember where I got it from. So I thought it was canon, but I can't find anything proving it anymore. Probably like something with move faster, pokey or whatever. Some people like say that whenever they see the damn character, like little quotation things. That's about it. That's all I really got.
Right.
All right.
Catchphrases. Hebrew Lantern says, "What's a good game for someone to learn how to use a controller and or keyboard and mouse with? This theoretical person has never played a video game before."
Okay,
I mean,
thank you. I was going to
Mario,
ask
right?
what KBM was.
Yep, keyboard, mouse. Mario.
Or a controller. Yeah, like basics.
Yeah. Simple.
I had luck with Fall Guys for helping the person learn some camera controls because you don't really need to move the camera.
Yeah.
But you can move it a little bit.
Sure.
So that kind of helped with like dual joystick movement. Because that's always, I feel like that's the thing with like new players is they don't know how to use both joysticks at the same time, and they do kind of one at a time.
Sure, yeah. Keyboard and mouse is easy. It's stuff like Gone Home, walking simulators where you're exploring an environment without things trying to kill you or destroy you all the time.
Sure, yeah. Although, because like I'm not great with keyboard and mouse, and so the walking simulators are fine. Like I can do it, but I feel like that does not help me like graduate to shooters.
I'm trying to think of a shooter that's like very approachable, that's not like too hard, that's on PC. And
if you wanted, you would just buy Aim Labs, which is literally just a bunch of stuff that you can aim at and push a button to shoot and get used to aiming. Like if you wanted to do
like
that.
training kind of games.
That's so fun. That's just that's like homework to the game.
Yeah.
What about this?
Mavis Speak and teaches typing.
Hell yeah.
What about Super Hot? Because then it's slow.
Yep, Super Hot's a really good one. Actually, Super Hot's a good answer for VR as well, because then you don't like get that weird VR sickness right away, and you can kind of play around with the movement and stuff.
I feel like the stress that comes from like high-end Super Hot though might not be the best.
Sure, I was just trying to think. Like,
it'll
with
start
keyboard and mouse.
Though. It'll definitely start easy enough for that.
It does have that ramp up though that like Gone Home doesn't, where it will start testing you.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to think what's a good way to like move on from walking simulator to shooter without it just being you're now shooting like it's 0 to 100, and all I could think was a slow shooter like Super Hot.
Portal and Minecraft in the chat are great answers.
I don't think I agree with either of those.
Wow, really?
Portal starts easy enough for sure, but Portal also like eventually expects you to like deal with motion sickness and stuff like that, and that might be too much for some people.
It does get
So
weird.
There are parts of Portal 1 where I'm like, no, a beginner will hate this, but anyone
Yeah.
else will be fine with it, and it's a good tutorial part. Minecraft is overwhelming as fuck the first time you boot that up. It's
I can see
gotten
that.
better with tutorials, but like it is very overwhelming.
I could
feel
see
at
that,
first.
yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see that one.
I think otherwise they're both great, but they've definitely got some outliers in them that would cause problems.
I think
if-
Animal Crossing is good because it's pretty
Yep.
slow. You can go at your own pace, and there's not a lot you can do when you first play Animal Crossing because of its like time gating. So there's no way it could be overwhelming until you've put like 3 days into it because you can only do so much that first night.
You made me realize a good recommendation for keyboard and mouse just for like clicking games. Stardew Valley.
Sure. Yeah.
See, I think Stardew Valley can be a bit overwhelming at the beginning because you can do anything.
Hmm. Really, I thought it kind of eased you in pretty much, but I guess maybe I'm just not remembering the beginning.
I could also be misremembering because it's a while ago, but I remember being like, man, there's like, should I be doing the mines? No, wait, should I be working on the farm? Like, oh, there's so much here. Suka Suka writes, congratulations, TDP is now a professional esports team.
Oh, God.
And Angry Genie must be responsible. Anyway, you can continue to do the podcast as normal, but you are now mandated to compete in a competitive game of your choosing. You can't quit until you win a tournament. What game do you choose?
Wait, do the three of us have to play on the same team in the same game, or can we each choose a
yes.
different one?
I was gonna ask if we could each choose a different one because, like, I was gonna say, like, yeah, let's go Mario Party.
It says esports team, so I would assume we're playing the same one.
Oh, fuck.
So it has to be a team-based game then. So we have to say like Fortnite or
All right.
Apex. Or
How
Valorant.
much could you carry us in Apex? I can shoot and stuff, but
Me?
I don't know maps and stuff. Yeah, you.
So I haven't played Apex in probably a solid year.
Oh, we're
so I'm
fucked.
definitely like, I'm out of my element. I think the only way we have a chance is if we pick like an obscure enough game where like, but I don't even know what that is, you know?
Because it's so obscure, even we don't know what it is.
But again, it
I
has
will
to be
hard
has to be
carry in a
team.
Bomberman game. Give me a Bomberman game or something Nintendo related. I got us.
Okay.
So, okay, on your own, you think you could win a Bomberman tournament? I guess you probably have, right?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. So
Well,
it's
there you
3
go.
on 3
I'm free, motherfucker. You gotta get out now.
It's 3 on 3 Bomberman, and 2 of your teammates barely know what they're doing.
Yep.
You still think you could do it?
It would be hard, but it can be doable.
Okay, Paul, what's your game? And you have to carry us too.
Man, I don't play a lot of competitive games.
You do. You just talk. You do Payday.
That's
you
not
do
competitive.
Friday the
can be.
13th.
That's kind.
You do the
kinda-
other Friday the 13th, and
What?
the other one that's
the
same
NES one,
genre?
yeah, competitive NES Friday the 13th.
That's just speed running. That's just speed running.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of this. Not what the hell is it called? Like a Fortnite clone, but it plays more like Apex, called Farlight 87, I think it's called. It's a mobile game that was ported to PC, and I've won a lot of that. So I could probably carry us in that. I've carried people in that before.
But is it one of the things where because you're new, you're just playing against bots?
No, I'm playing against people like all
Okay.
the time. Yeah.
I don't know if there is anything I could do.
I think we could win a like match of Fortnite together, the three of us. Because yeah, we would have to be like
I play, and you've done enough shooters.
we
Sean, that
we
you-
would have to like play pretty conservatively and pussy, but like we could probably do it, honestly.
If we're as long like it has to be no build mode.
Yes,
That's
of
the only
course.
way I'm having a chance.
Yeah. That's the only way I can play also. So
honestly, like I would still even being rusty, I would still probably pick Apex. Just
Sure.
because I would probably have a lot more muscle memory on how that game's gunplay works. Because every time I jump in on Fortnite these days with my buddy, I'm like, oh yeah, this just feels bad. All these guns feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, the secret of Fortnite is that there's usually like 3 guns that are amazing, and you have to make sure you get those. Because
You
otherwise,
gotta
the
make
other ones
sure
do
you gotta
feel
figure
bad.
out what
Bad.
season is it? Do I need the Spider-Man thing? Do I need the My Hero punch?
It's
Is this
funny
the one with the
because
hammers.
it's funny because you're half joking, but you're also not wrong. That is very much part of that game, is knowing, oh, it's this season, so what gun should I get and what dumb gimmick thing can I do to win?
If we're going like what I'm like currently playing, but there's going to be a lot of competition. It's Overwatch right now. You guys think you could hold your own in Overwatch?
It has been a long time since I played Overwatch.
Yeah,
but,
I probably could.
We probably all play different
I know
classes
we all have,
too. To be fair,
there's a lot more new characters.
What type of?
But I know
you
we
play
all have
Tracer,
experience.
right? Like mainly.
Honestly, if we're going what I play, if I was gonna try my very best right now, it's actually Moira. And it's Moira because
Moira's support, right?
Support, but she's like weirdly deadly.
Yeah, she does the support and like dark beam and switches between them or whatever. Yeah.
And it's because I always just set myself so I'll play whatever, and no one else plays support, so it's like, okay, guess I'm Moira again. So I played a lot of that.
Okay.
So I would probably play Moira, which might be good because then I can like heal you guys if you're a little rustier.
Yeah.
I usually played Lucio, so I also would have been support. But
okay, perfect. Then I don't even have to worry about healing because you heal whether you want to or not.
I have no choice.
Yeah.
I like tanks, so Orisa and I can't remember the big dude with the shield.
Reinhardt?
Yeah, Reinhardt. Like, I like tanks or whatever. We could probably work something out, and then we would just fill with like 2 random morons who wanted just DPS anyways, which is fine because that's everybody.
I'm playing DPS Moira. Like that's how Moira works. So
yeah,
don't worry. I'll put up numbers for us.
Yeah, true.
Put up numbers. Look at this guy. He's already ready for it. He wants it.
I kind of want to jump into some Overwatch. We should do that sometime. Just see how we
crossplay. Yeah, I'm always down. Crossplay. Let's do it.
Yeah, you know what? Patreon incentive. There you go.
There you go. I will reinstall Overwatch.
Me too.
Hey, nice. There you go.
All right. Dad writes, if you were to recreate the movie Super Size Me by eating fast food all day, every day for a month, what fast food chain would you pick? Note, you have to eat every menu item at least once, like the movie. If it's just choose your toppings place, you only need to have each topping at least once.
I think my stomach just lurched thinking about this.
I mean, if I had to do it, the answer is McDonald's because it's cheapest and they have like stuff that I actually grab there, like coffees.
I'd probably say Subway.
Subway.
Like, yeah, Subway like at least pretends to be healthy, and they changed their ingredients and stuff recently.
Did they? So are they actually?
They changed their I don't know about that.
Oh.
They changed like all the sandwiches you can get, or they changed a couple of them, got rid of some. They changed like how their chicken works and stuff like that. They do like rotisserie chicken now.
How their chicken works.
I guess now it's actually chicken instead of whatever it was prior. But
I mean, as a guy who loves the chicken sandwiches, that's great. That's why I didn't go to Subway for a long time because their chicken's garbage.
I'm trying to think like what part of Subway would be hard. They have tuna, right?
I do like tuna.
Oh yeah, that would be.
I don't like tuna, but you only have to eat it once. So it's like you get through like one tuna sandwich, and then I think I can eat the rest totally fine. And the tuna sandwich, I would just like fill it with like, I don't know, jalapenos or something, like just something to help
something to mask the flavor.
Or maybe I'll just do like tuna with a whole bunch of bacon and chicken and just hope I taste that meat instead.
Man, that sounds
I'll just have one
weird.
of every meat. Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
But then again, all meat sandwich, please.
One of each.
But then again, tuna doesn't sound good. So you're already starting at 0. People are saying, isn't there breakfast stuff on Subway as well? Yeah, but breakfast food is fine.
Yeah, so that just means you gotta show up early. That's all. Rasterman writes in and says, "What's a game where starting off you looked at the achievements list and went, yeah, no way I'm doing this. But upon having more practice and earning experience, you started to think you could actually get them until you finally and triumphantly did."
I don't care about achievements, so literally every game I go, nah, I'm not going to do this if I look at the achievements list.
I think I was like that with Spider-Man, and then I went and got all the base game ones.
Sure.
I think the only time where I'm like changing my mind is it's like I'm not gonna get all these collectibles, and then by the time I finish the game, I'll see like how close I am, and it's like, oh, I missed like a couple. I can go wrap that up. Like, why not? I did that with Elden Ring for a couple of them where they were like, get every like signature weapon or whatever it was, and I was like, oh, I'm missing like 3 of these, which also means I'm missing 3 like dungeons. Like, let's go do that.
Right. Yeah. One that I've heard a lot of people say is Pizza Tower is this, where they look at the things that are like, no way I'm going to get that time on this or whatever. And then when they learn the level, they're like, this is actually not that bad. And then they do it.
Yeah.
But I'm not that person.
I think the only thing that's hard to do in Pizza Tower is P ranks.
Yeah.
Antimagus writes, you are forced to go on a date with a fast food mascot. Who are you inviting?
Wendy. Like, what?
Yeah, Wendy.
She's a person.
So Wendy came to mind for. So is Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, but we're not.
Clowns aren't people. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I was trying to think like who else. So there's like the bear from A&W, right?
Well,
yeah.
It used to be at least, but yes, the bear. I would.
What is it now? Is it the family? You have to
I
date the whole family, the Burger family.
I guess.
I
don't know.
I think they got rid of. Did they still have the Burger family as a mascot?
I don't know, actually.
I'm assuming they still sell.
I think they just have that one dude
burger.
who's like looks like he's a manager of an A&W.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, honestly.
Okay, who else is there? Because like Subway doesn't have Jared anymore for good
No.
reason. I don't know why to do with Jared.
Subway doesn't have any mascot stores I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A has
Colonel?
just those cows.
The Colonel might be
go,
good.
Colonel Sanders.
That would be a fun one.
He would someone be fun to take to dinner. I don't know if I'd want to actually romance him, but unless it's the dating sim Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
That boy was dreamy.
True.
I mean, this is a date, so like you can set your parameters of the date. No one is saying you have to like take them home. So like you're gonna have dinner with this person. I think that dinner and a movie. You're gonna do dinner and a movie. That's a date. Okay.
Wendy's would be the answer because she's like one of the only female mascots I can think of. But like, yeah, Colonel Sanders would also kind of be an interesting time.
Yeah, Colonel Sanders would be interesting. I'm just trying to think like who else is there? The Taco Bell Chihuahua.
Again, these are all like from an era long past. But yes.
Well, who's the Taco Bell mascot now?
I don't know, but that chihuahua's been dead for
this
years.
This shows how long it's been since I've watched cable TV commercials.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna just Google.
Does Dairy
fast
Queen
food
have
mascots.
one? Is there a Dairy Queen?
Okay, what
There
about
used to be, or it might have been a King, I forget.
what about Jack from Jack
The
in
Burger
Box?
King. Yo, the Burger King. Let's go.
Burger King. How did it take us this long to remember the Burger King?
Probably because we've all been a little bit traumatized by the Burger King.
Yeah, I try not to think about
Remember
it.
that era of like the creepy commercials?
That was awesome, and they made a game out of it, and it was awesome.
They made 3. They made 3 games out of them.
It's Wendy.
I'm trying to think of that. Yeah, but what's Wendy's? Does Wendy even have a personality?
Doesn't matter.
She's Pippi Longstockings, basically. So
Because I feel like the last time I saw like Wendy even mentioned, they were referencing a real person that works there.
well, because isn't like the name like wasn't Dave Thomas's daughter named Wendy or something like that, and that's where
Something
the
like
name
that.
came from? Yeah. So there's an actual Wendy,
Yeah.
but like the character or like the mascot character, like I like the one that the internet made up of it, just them just being like a troll, like a free spirited troll.
Sure.
I don't remember this. Okay.
Where they were just like their social media team was just kind of like taking the piss at everyone and just kind of taking shots at everyone, insulting him and all like that, being like
Okay.
super edgy.
If Wendy looks like a regular person but with red hair, that might be the most like no one's going to stare at me on this date.
Yep. True.
It's true.
So maybe that's just like the way to go.
Grimace is always there waiting though. It was his birthday recently.
It was Grimace's
no.
birthday. That's true. Yeah, a friend of
They
mine.
made a Game Boy Color game for it.
I saw
I'm surprised
that.
you didn't play that.
I did. I actually played that
okay.
on stream last week.
Was it any good?
How is that?
It's like 5 minutes long.
Yeah, okay.
That sounds about right. Is it a good
It
5
was
minutes?
a fun little diversion.
That's a brand new 2023 game. You could put that on your game of the year list if you wanted.
I could.
Yeah.
I put it on my game clearing list, so.
I understand the Grimace shake tastes bad.
I think it depends on who you ask. Some people said it was basically just a berry shake.
Oh, the people I was talking to were like, this has no flavor. It's just like sugar flavored.
Gross.
Someone said it tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
Gross.
Oh, okay.
Fair.
VGC Kenny writes, for whatever reason, The Quiet Man 2 is announced.
My God.
You get it for TDP Plus because obviously. However,
Obviously.
when you play it, you notice something. The game is good? You can understand what's going on? This isn't The Quiet Man you know. Are you upset?
You know, we were just talking about New
No,
Game
we're
Plus.
not.
I played The Quiet Man's New Game Plus, where they put the sound back in. I could not remember anything that happens in that game.
What a funny New Game Plus idea. That's so
Okay,
funny.
that is a pretty good New Game Plus idea. And they had to patch it in. It wasn't there at launch. You had to wait a couple weeks.
Okay, so The Quiet Man 2 is good. Am I upset? No, I think that's a
What?
funnier outcome.
Who would be
Yeah.
upset about playing a good game?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like I get like for like kitsch value of like enjoying like something being bad, but like I don't think I would be upset that the game I'm playing is enjoyable.
Oh, I hate having fun. This sucks.
Fun
I mean, 'cause,
sucks. I
like-
wanted to make fun of the game.
Go through this. Quiet Man 2 comes out, it's a bad game. You're like, yeah, of course it's a bad game. I played the first one. Like, what did you expect from Quiet Man 2? Quiet Man 2
Yeah.
comes out and it's good. That narrative
That's
is now
hilarious,
1,000 times more interesting. Like, that episode of TDP Plus is 1,000 times more interesting. Like, I want to know what a good Quiet Man is, because that is not what the Quiet Man or New Game Plus Quiet Man is.
Yeah, exactly.
I still want to learn.
I'm kind of with Sean on this one, yeah.
Yeah.
I still want to know like how that game became what it is. Like it's such a weird thing.
We need an expose piece on that.
Yeah, I need a people make games. I need a No Clip. I think No Clip is doing a Burger King games documentary, by the way.
Nice.
That's
It's pretty
great. Yeah.
All right, last one from No More Spiros. As charming as Mario Brothers Wonder looks, I hate the talking flower. And if it can't be turned off, at least have its voice silenced. It will actively worsen my opinion of the game proper. What other games, if any, have had their quality diminished in your eyes due to a small but extremely annoying inclusion?
So Borderlands is a game that one of the characters never shuts the fuck up. Actually, you know what?
One?
I'm going to go ahead and spread this out. Anytime a character does not shut the fuck up, even to the point where in Ragnarok, sometimes I want to look around at your scenery. I don't need you to tell me how to do the puzzle because I'm not even there. Shut the fuck up while I enjoy your scenery. Like,
So what's different about Ragnarok and Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I'm assuming, is Ragnarok you can turn those down.
yeah.
Nintendo games don't have accessibility settings because you can just go fuck yourself.
True.
I can't see Nintendo not having an off voice option and just like a pop-up text only option, considering they're probably going to dub that voice in multiple languages, so they got to have something for settings, even if they patch it in later.
I would be surprised,
Yeah.
but
Like
'cause,
Nintendo
you
doesn't
can't-
usually have like super annoying background character voices or anything like that. So I'm thinking it's either going to be they either amped it up just for the trailer or it's going to be fine. But yeah, I really hope they do too.
people complained about not being able to like remap your controls in Breath of the Wild, and Nintendo doubled down on that with Tears of the Kingdom and said,
Well,
"No,
you
we're
can
still not adding that."
remap, jump, and run.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like Nintendo
And, but also
makes a
the
decision.
the Switch itself lets you remap any button that you want. So
That's true. I don't think I've had this scenario before. I don't even get that annoyed when characters talk a lot, unless it's Claptrap.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I thought the flower was fine. I'm excited for different for
Yep.
Mario. So like that's different. Like let's go.
Yep.
I'm the mindset of like I can listen to a song for 10 hours in a row on loop and not be bothered by it. So there's definitely no situation where it's not gonna bother me at all.
You're gonna make a good father, because that seems like one of those things that you have to get used to.
Good thing I don't plan on it.
Yeah. This actually made me think of Final Fantasy because the general controls in combat are a little weird. Like dodge is R1, and I still
hate
keep
that.
trying to press circle.
Yep.
They have a couple of different control options, but none of them will do that one. So that's a little weird. But and actually, while we're talking about accessibility, 16 also has a pretty interesting way that they're handling accessibility. You start the game with 4 rings that you can equip in your accessory slots,
Okay.
which make the combat easier in different ways. One will slow down time when you're about to get hit so that you can do the dodge more easily. One will auto heal you if your health gets too low using the potions in your inventory. One will make combos easier, like it'll just be like a single button combo to do those bigger moves. And then the last one, I don't remember, but there's 4. And because they're like equipment slots, you're kind of making the choice of like, do I want to equip this thing that like gives me +7 attack, or do I want to make it like easier to dodge? So that's kind of an interesting way that they're dealing with accessibility that I hadn't really seen before. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the one equipped where it like makes your companions like more active as opposed to you having to button them, because it was just like too much for me to deal with. I was like, I'm focusing on myself. Please focus on the dog for me.
Okay. Cool.
All right, that's going to do it for questions. Thank you for writing in. If you would like to send in a question next week, topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box. I forgot to mention that the poll for the July TDP Plus game is live, so go vote if you haven't yet. What is your game of the week?
Diablo 4.
Puzzle Bobble.
And mine's Final Fantasy 16.
Cool.
We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.